Hi, everybody. Welcome to Friday Chats with Kathleen Webb. Thanks for joining me. Today, I am holding this Zoom call from my house and, just trying things out, trying out different places and situations. I'm sure all of you, for those of you doing Zoom calls, that's the case. So good morning. Thanks for joining me. We are putting on these Friday morning chats for our community. They're free, and really the point of it is to provide resource to the community. This is a really tough time for all of us, and it's a way for us to connect and also get some helpful strategies and tips to kind of get through this hard time. So let's get started. Today's topic today is called opportunities. And so the reason why we're talking about opportunities today is that when folks are going through difficult times, when people often reflect in hindsight, they are often able to identify hidden opportunities from going through adversity. And so given that we are in a moment of struggle, in a moment of change, regardless of our circumstance, I believe there are potential opportunities. So I want to explore that with you today. So we'll start with a quote. A crisis creates the opportunity to dig deep into the reserves of our very being, to rise to levels of confidence, strength, and resolve that otherwise we didn't think we possessed. That's by Jon Huntsman Sr. So to talk about, just to put a backdrop to opportunities, generally speaking, as humans, we don't like to change necessarily. We like predictability. We like things to stay the same, and we typically don't like to change unless we absolutely have to. And so I think for what's going on right now, we do have to change whether we like it or not, because we have to make some big adjustments. And so that requires that creates some discomfort in us, right? And so what I want us to, rather than kind of think of the discomfort as sort of a negative, I challenge you to think of it as maybe this is a challenge, this is an opportunity, this is something that I could use. And really, when we are challenged to change and do something, sometimes it's a real win on the other side. And so what I'd like for us to do is to just consider, given what's going on, how an opportunity could bring out parts of us that are our best selves. Okay. So what we're going to do is start thinking about, I'm going to pose some questions. And if you want to share the responses, you absolutely can. Otherwise, they're just kind of rhetorical questions. So given right now what's going on, what are the things you would like to do that you don't normally have time for? Is there something you've been curious about? Is there something you wish you could learn more about, just haven't had the time previously? Or have you been neglecting some things because you just haven't had the time? Okay, so kind of want to pose these questions to get some juices flowing. And so another point, as we're thinking about this right now, I was talking about this very thing, this notion of opportunities this week, and someone brought up a really good point, which is, right now I feel so strapped. I feel like I'm busier than ever. And that certainly might be true for some of us. So what I want to share with you, this notion of opportunities, this isn't meant to be another thing on your to-do list. This isn't meant to create more stress for you. In fact, it's meant to be the opposite. It's meant to pause from the to-do list or what we have to do. And it's meant to engage in something that's more likely to fill your cup, more likely to give back to you, to get more connected to who you are. Okay. One of the things that I'm doing, thinking about things, I have a handout that I want to share with you all. Hang on a sec. I just want to get that ready. And so we're going to talk about, I'm going to pose like 4 categories today. And I'm hoping that this can sort of, again, sort of get your juices flowing and thinking about what areas you might consider getting a little more uncomfortable and reaching out and doing something. And again, it's meant to fill your cup, not to burden you. So the 4 categories are giving, projects, new experiences, and taking care of yourself. And of course, during this time, we, in certain ways, we feel strapped. We feel like we're limited in ways. So we kind of need to be a little bit more creative here, right? So posing these categories and also these ideas are just ways to consider opportunities that may be still within your reach, that you likely can do from home, or can also do without breaking rules of social distancing and all that stuff. Okay. So I'm just going to go through one just to kind of illustrate how these are opportunities. So with giving, the examples are calling someone that you care about, writing a note to someone, helping a neighbor, or donating your time or resources. I have a mother-in-law who is, she is tirelessly making medical caps for healthcare workers. She's a sewer, so this is a wonderful, amazing way that she can contribute to other people and support the people that are doing really tough work right now. That's an example. So hopefully these are ideas that you can start thinking about. And again, this is meant to take you a little bit outside of your comfort zone. And it's going to feel vulnerable. It may feel really weird, just like very uncomfortable. But what I'd really love for you to do is be able to discover something else within yourself. Oftentimes this can be through being creative, some creative outlet, maybe used to paint way back in the day or draw. I really want you to let yourself have a little bit of time right now, because this is what we need. We feel very stretched. We feel disconnected sometimes. And so this is a way that you can sort of figure out how to think differently and think about different opportunities for feeding you and just quite frankly, comforting yourself in this time of challenge. So I want to open up and see if anyone has thought of anything that they might want to share, because of course too, sharing different ideas with each other are wonderful things we wouldn't have thought of before. Okay. So is there anybody that's listening right now that wants to share some ideas about what's something that they may want to do or may want to explore a little bit? I know for me, something out of my comfort zone is planting a garden. So I am notoriously a black thumb. And so I'm putting the bar low. I'm lowering my expectations, but you know what? I'm stuck at home. I have some time to tend to a garden, to weed, and to make sure that my plants get watered. And I'm going to see what happens. And you know what? It's okay, whatever the outcome is. Okay. So I have someone here that's talking. Oh, we have someone starting a free calligraphy class online. That's fantastic. And I'm really glad you actually brought up the free part. There are so many free things out there now. I think one of the blessings of all this is people are becoming more generous, right? And so there are so many free things. Thank you for sharing that. Planting lettuce and peas. Okay, we have another gardener, a novice gardener at large. That's great. I love it. Anybody else have any other ideas? I feel a little inspired by my mother-in-law. I am going to be whipping out that sewing machine. I don't know what I'm actually going to make, but we'll see. Maybe some masks. Someone else is going to be doing a 20-day meditation challenge. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah. So does anyone have questions about this? Is anyone sort of trying to struggling to see, okay, this is really tough times, opportunities, oh my gosh, this feels like a lot, this feels like too much. I want this to be really about practicality and trying to figure out, again, how to take care of yourself in a way that maybe is unexpected. I think in particular, for spring, there are some things that some cleaning that you could do. Certainly, cleaning space is a way to enhance your emotional health as well. Um, we are very much, I don't know about you, but in my house, our house is getting dirty quick, much quicker than usual, because we have a lot of time and people spending in my house. So, cleaning has definitely come to a new level for us in my house. Okay. So I'm hoping that this has sort of gotten some juices flowing. Again, this is, it's leaning into some discomfort, but in the end, it's meant to try to open yourself up to new things and also get on the other side of feeling fulfilled in a different way. And I think this is a great chance to, given that we literally have to stop how we do things, this is a chance to kind of explore some of those things. So I'm hoping this has been helpful today. um, Next week we are going to be talking about uncertainty. So next Friday, 10 o'clock, same time, we're going to be talking about uncertainty. And again, that is very much a topic that is being talked about with my clients, but also personally. And I think we could all use a little bit of support and discussion around uncertainty to kind of aid our anxiety, right? So if you are interested in this handout, you can go to our website, greaterhartfordwellness.com. Feel free to download it, share it with people, share it with someone that might benefit from this, and look out for our Facebook and Instagram for other notices about our Friday morning chats. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.